I am Rachel Jewett. I have had the privilege and honor of being Mia's stepmom for a good part of her life. Since I met her when she was only a few years old. So thinking back, it's like from the beginning, you were always such a joy and such a light. And I think most of you have experienced that. Everyone here in some capacity has experienced the light that you bring when you step into a room, your kindness, your love for others, and it's not just for people that you know, but for everyone that you see. And I think the way that you reflect the heart of Jesus has always also impacted me as well. I can honestly say that over the years you've grown into one of the most beautiful souls, one of the most beautiful humans I've ever known, both on the inside and the outside. And I would consider myself just blessed to even know you. So, such a gift. I know there's a season where at one point I considered step-parenting maybe like one of the hardest things in my life, and I quickly realized like it's one of the greatest joys I've ever experienced. Because really early on I realized that I was learning so much, specifically from Mia. I wrote down a couple of things that I've learned, but your grace, your patience, your forgiveness, how you give people second chances, and you've shown me what it means to truly love like Christ. Like she loves fully, freely, and without hesitation, and that's changed me. Thank you, Mia. So then when entered Charlie, needless to say, we were very concerned. What in the world? And she also really liked him, so that was even more concerning. But over the years that we've known him, like, we are constantly impacted by the growth that he so intentionally chooses. We see how deeply he cares for Mia. It's like when he looks at you, you're the only person in the world, and that gives us so much joy. And we've seen you learn to lead and actively lead with faith, and that means so much. And you serve with so much humility. Like, we've seen that grow in you. And as I think of a husband and what God has called us to, and how we can be successful in marriage, I'm like, these are some of the attributes that I'm so excited for what you've developed and chosen to develop. And we've also noted you also so deeply value family, and we appreciate that so much. And you treasure Mia. And it's been such a gift to see the two of you growing together. Because in the past year, I kind of looked back through my prayer journal, and I realized back in 2014, which Kelly, you said in 5th grade, and I'm like, I wonder what grade he was in, but in 2014, I started praying for Charlie. I started praying for Mia's future husband. And so when you said, I'm like, oh my goodness. And so Charlie, you're the answer to prayer, a lot of prayer, and we're so grateful to have you in our family, but also as you guys are stepping outside to create your own family. So tonight, as we celebrate your marriage, my prayer for you, both of you, is that you always choose Jesus first, and that you always choose each other second, and then everything else will fall into place after that. And so I have no doubt your home will be filled with laughter, with joy, with peace, because you'll be able to weather everything. So here's to me and Charlie. May your love and your life always press people closer to Jesus. Cheers.